when my kids were little, we would go on walks or short hikes. And to break up the strenuous activity, I would randomly stop in the middle of the trail and shout, "Ant crossing!" And they thought I was making that up. But no, it's true. Whoa, that's like an ant freeway. Look at that. So many. All right, San Jacinto, I think. Pretty sure. Gonna be there in just a couple of days. It's looking closer than it did on day 3. That's amazing. I love that so much, that you can see something off in the distance on the horizon and say, I'm gonna walk there. And then you walk there, and then several days later you turn around and you see it in the distance behind you, and you're like, I walked from there. Just incredible. Walk into Paradise Valley Cafe, which is right there. We're gonna have some good food. Of course, it's a mile side detour to get here and a mile back, and my daily mileage does not include bonus miles like this. But that's okay. Paradise Valley Cafe has got some of the best food on the trail and a whole lot of hikers hanging out all around it. Headed north from PVC. See the first trees that I've seen in a while. I have a particular fondness for this area right here because I've done quick overnight stays just on this little piece of trail right here 3 or 4 times in the past as I've been down for one reason or another. So that's been fun. It's nice to walk through it again. You see, this section of the trail, north of the highway, still has the same plants that it did on the south side, but the rocks give it redeeming value. It's very cool. I feel like I'm in the Flintstones. So, a story from yesterday that I forgot to tell until now. So it was the end of the day. I was trying to go to the Little Bear Hostel, as I showed in the last video, but it is 3/4 of a mile off the trail. And that 3/4 of a mile is down this fairly gnarly side ridge, and there's no engineered trail. It's just that they've kind of marked a way trail basically straight down the fall line with pink tape and spray paint, pink spray paint on the rocks. So I'm following the tape and the paint down the hill, and it's quite laborious after a long day. But made it and finally get down to the dirt road, and see, the comments on Far Out had warned very strongly to stay only on the marked route because the couple who run the hostel had permission from one neighbor to make this trail, but everyone else, well, let's just say it's the kind of area, the kind of community that you get shot for trespassing. So you definitely don't want to end up in the wrong place. So get down to a dirt road, follow the tape flags to the right for a little ways, and then the flags appear to end at a particular property that's got a closed gate across the driveway and a big sign that says beware of dog, and then there's just a couple of tape flags tied to the gate and no sign, no other indication that, you know, you're welcome to enter. So I very gingerly opened the gate, stepped inside, and waited to get shot at, which I did not. And I started walking up the driveway and observed the enormous Rottweiler who was staring at chickens in the chicken coop and didn't pay me any attention at all, so didn't know what to make of that. And then this little boy, probably, I don't know how old he was, 5 or 6 maybe, pops out of the garage. He says, "Oh, hi," and he comes running down the driveway at me. And I said, "Am I supposed to be here?" He says, yeah. He comes over to me and he says, "I want to use your walking sticks." So I hand them over and he tries them on and says, "They're too tall." I said, "Well, yes, you can just hold them halfway down and use them that way." So he tried that and he's like, "No, that doesn't work." And so he then expertly opened the flick locks, collapsed both poles, and tried to shut them again. He wasn't quite strong enough of a grip to actually get the latches closed, but he clearly knew what he was doing. And I think that was the sign I needed to say, yeah, this is not this kid's first rodeo with hikers, and so I probably am in the right place. Anyway, once I was there, it was a perfectly lovely stay, and really enjoyed it, but it was pretty darn weird on the approach. Yeah, these are proper trees for Sense Laguna. I like them. What up, Mr. Lizard? A couple of other notes. So I said yesterday that I heard a sound that I thought was a fox. Changed my mind. I now think that was a quail. Foxes do make sounds apparently, but not that often. So anyway, and probably walking into some weather this weekend up in the San Jacinto, so that'll be fun. It's gonna be cold, windy, and I don't know, they're calling for a 1/4 inch of rain in Idlewild proper. Could be snow up where I am, so that would be fun. We'll see what happens.